Are you wondering if I could develop this? In beachfront paradise by IQ Investment Limited. Currently, more than 200 houses have been built in the estate, and you can also come join the League of Landlords in this estate. Don't wait to buy. Buy now and wait. Another wonderful real estate investment opportunity for IQ Investment Limited. Take advantage of the offers now. IQ Investment Limited.
Well, we know that real estate is one of those thriving businesses in Nigeria. Has contributed a lot to the development of the country. But of course, when you look at it, some people really feel skeptical about it. And, there are always fears about what it actually really is. But today we'll be dissecting that. We'll be looking at exactly what real estate financing is. And who other than to discuss this by someone who's very experienced in this. And actually, yes, I would say he's one of the gurus in the business. But let's quickly take a very short break. And once we return, of course, we'll have him talking to us on real estate financing. What happened now? Oh yeah, hurry.
You said something.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about real estate this morning and the financing and other things concerning it. We do have with us this beautiful Tuesday morning the CEO of the famous Artview real estate investment firm. Talking about Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I am looking real estate-ish.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Good to have you here as well.
Thank you.
Let's start off with Artview. It's been 11 years, or more than 11 years. 13 years, yes, 13 years. And thriving in the business, because there's no way you won't see Artview as part of one outlet, But then, what we do know about Artview, people know about it, from the point of the client's start, how has it been?
I've been 13 years with building homes, affordable homes for the good people of Nigeria. Good people of Nigeria, both home and diaspora, and being focused on our assignment. Our calling is to provide homes. Then focusing on that assignment and focusing on delivery. We have our core value, which is our guiding principle, which is the 4 Ds. The first is, in this economy, in this country, you've got to be determined. Definitely. Because there are so many challenges. What you never thought about does pop up from somewhere. But you have to be determined in facing it head on and solving the problems. Number 2 is documentation. It's very key in real estate. Documenting must get the right papers, because 2 things confers ownership of property. The first is documentation, the second is possession. Now, documentation is key to us. The third is development. When you set up, when you launch and estate a product, you must see to it to, you must see that you develop it. Because when you develop it, it appreciates the value and token of, and even clients will appreciate what they are paid for. Then the fourth is delivery. when you deliver, when you allocate what someone has paid for, the next is referrals. You know, the next is you have
Spread the gospel.
Spread the gospel. You just be happy and you just be out there talking good about that.
But let's use real, I'll give you as an example, because of course, again, when it comes to financing, especially from a low income, and as you said, affordable house, what are the fears that most of these people out there, because a lot of people are watching right now, what are those fears that you want to, distill, you want to, totally shred apart, so that when they are coming to invest, especially with argue, for instance, they will know that yes, this is a firm that we can trust. Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, there are, financing organizations in Nigeria. We talk about the Federal Mortgage Bank. We talk about the Federal Loan Board. These are, principal set up to finance real estate, to look into the people and say, okay, what do you have? Bring your equity contribution, and we buy the property for you. So by you pay over 10, 20, 30 years. You have to support the unfortunate challenges, so much around that you have to contend with. Now, in our view, what we have done is to see how to break it down. Okay, you want a property for like 5 million naira, you can do 3 years payment plan, which is every month you can pay as convenient. But I have 3 years to offset. Now you need to look into how to raise the fund. What I do advise is that you can always, 3 years is possible, but you need to look inward, you need to look outward, you need to go extra mile. If it is the case that you have to get a second job, of course, yes, to pay up your housing.
When you say 3 years is quite enough for some sort of sector. As you mentioned, maybe a 5 million house. Probably that 5 million house is maybe 2 bedroom or something like that. So within that 3 years, especially with the current situation, would that be enough time?
Actually, with the economic situation in the world and in Nigeria in particular, it is actually not enough. Okay. Because we look at someone earning 100,000 there, someone earning 200,000 there, it might not be enough. Okay. That was, I said you have to look inward, and if possible, you need to get some extra source of income. And of the problem that you must not sit on the job. You must look at how for extra. You can, and you talk about the internet has actually helped in doing other legit businesses online, and so you just have to. And again, there are other ways as well. Some of our people have families outside the country. They can always, talk, because there are major 2 things you need in this world to sustain and live. The first is having your own house, living in your house, which is very important. If you have that, 50% of the problem
is solved. Yeah, because you're not paying house.
The second is the source of feeding. Yeah. So if you can balance these two, so that's the second.
And the good thing is that having a property also is valuable.
Because when you have a property, it's a lifetime investment. You enjoy it, you also throw it back to the next generation.
It goes on and on.
On and on.
We talked about the mortgage system as well in the country, Nigeria. We talked about some of the challenges that are there. Let's get to understand how the mortgage system works in Nigeria and how we can also get to navigate to the challenges. Talking about, since we're talking about real estate financing.
Now, real estate financing, we have the Federal Mortgage Bank. They are to distribute, they have their primary mortgage institutions. There are so many of them in Nigeria. We need to go through the Federal Mortgage Bank and get these funds. Federal government they have budgets for that purpose. Okay. But from my experience, what we have experienced, there are so many challenges. In fact, I have seen government workers, with all the documents and everything submitting and still going through all these challenges with getting out with money. So the problem is actually with You know, those in charge, the authorities, they need to sit down. They need to sit down and dissect and work out plans on how these monies can be available. In fact, there was a day I traveled to Abuja. I met with the Federal Housing Loan Board. Those ones are for the federal government workers. And I asked, there are so many workers in Lagos, and we have a project. We brought them to Lagos and we showed them our project, 4 million, 5 million naira project. And then the next thing is that he said most of the workers, you know, they have got schemes. If you are in level this is what you can give to you. So that happens to be an ambitious challenge.
Yeah.
If you are in level 5, you are only entitled to 3 million naira and you want to buy a 6 million naira project. If you are in level D, so that's another disparity.
So they have different levels.
That's another disparity that we need to also look into and resolve. They've got all the challenges there. They need to come to it. It's just like a national problem.
Yeah, but the mortgage system is just appended only to federal workers or state
Well,
workers.
it's for everybody. It's for everybody. As long as you have your income and steady, and they can, you know, check you out, you are fine. Anybody working, you go and you know, you have this major source of income.
Yeah.
As it's steady. At least within 2 years, 3 years, you can check your profile and you can, you know, and the house you are buying is also the collateral.
Okay.
So if you default,
They
you can take off the house.
Let's talk about options as well of financing when it comes to real estate projects as well. What are the options available for Nigerians now when it comes to real estate financing?
Several options. You can go through all these primary mortgage institutions. There are so many of them out there. You can go through by the bank. The banks also want loans to buy mortgages, to buy properties. But talk about the interest. Interest rate is key.
Another news part for the bank.
We're talking about the interest rate, and that's why sometimes you have this co-joint mortgage system where a group of people come together and they say, okay, let's be helping ourselves yearly. Okay, maybe 10 of us, and in the next 10 years, we should be able to provide homes for everybody. Okay, so we are co-joining this money, we are co-contributing, and we'll be offsetting one per year.
Just like cooperative.
Cooperative, yes, I have seen several of that. And also, but the most important is that look for a property within your range. The problem is that we used to see that some people would say, no, property is still too far. And that is what you can afford. Start with a way of that. Start from there. The way of that today will surely be the pleasure tomorrow.
No development from side.
Because the development will surely move as time goes on. Development will surely move into that. So,
How do you help your clients in making those options? You know? Because, I mean, for instance, I'm earning maybe 1 million per year, let me put that way, and I'm looking forward to buying my own house of 10 million. You know, so how do you advise? Does that sit down with the clients and say, no, don't do that. This is your income. This is what you do. This is what you do. How do you go about that?
you see, in our view, what we have done is to have several projects. Today we have 25 estates, and we have projects for all the classes. We have for the low income earners, we have for the middle income earners, we have for the high, we have for the elite. So what we do is to ask you, what's your budget? What do you earn? Okay, if this is XYZ, what you earn, then we give you project for that, for your class. We have in Nigeria today, we have the most affordable product in this real estate industry. We have a project that we offer there for a 2-bedroom for 6.5, and you can do 3 years payment plan. In Nigeria today, in South the state, we have the biggest privately owned estate. There's a project that we offer. We have built over 1,000 units of the 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom bungalows. We signed the 2-bedroom with just 4 million naira for 3 years payment plan. In fact, we brought another option. It's called the pre-finished scatters for 2.5, and we pay for 3 years. So then I remember then somebody saying that I also killed. I and she was able to pay up within 3 years. So there is something for everybody. But the problem is that I'm working in Anthony, let me get something in Anthony. I'm working, I need something around the Keja. Fine, it's beautiful. But my advice is, there is one that you can afford now. Key into that. That can also be a source of income later tomorrow.
Yeah, this is true. You can rent it out.
You can rent it out. You can sell it and buy what the big. I'll come back to the town which you are interested in, and also you can, mortgage can also be a form of mortgage to get loan as a collateral, and from there you move out. So, our view, what we have done is to, several projects for both the low, the middle, the high, and for everybody. And we have tried, we have carved that niche for ourselves in the industry to making sure that we are very flexible. If there are challenges, I have advised several clients. Okay, you have started with a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom, okay, let's bring it down to a 2-bed. Start with, drop to a 2-bed. You can't move up to 3. Okay, for you started with a 2-bed. Let's drop you to a plot of land. Somebody with a plot of land is different from another person without anything. Right. So if you have a plot of land, you can build, you can plan and build within 3-5 years. 1 year, you can put in the blocks, bring in your laborers, you can be doing something within 5 years. If you are committed, the most value is to be committed to the fact that I also want to hold a plot, own a house in my lifetime, because that's exactly what God has told you. He said, go to the board and take over.
I look at the issue of, because, of recent, we've seen Lagos State government demolishing buildings in some places, and that brought about the whole discussion about, because some of those who had their houses demolished said they were contacting their developers and they had, but couldn't go through them. From our view, how careful are you so that people do not make that, or you do not find people building or having their own assets on, places that are not supposed to be, where in the years to come, the government said, oh, that's a pass of way, or you're building on the canal, we have to break it down, we have to demolish that building.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, the government has got plans. All these plans have been for ages. We have plans for each area in the states. The first thing is to do, when you want to buy any property, is to do due diligence. The first is not even the lawyer first, get the surveyor to get to the site, pick the coordinates. Take the coordinates with the land surface. Then ask for the land information. Okay. And the land information will give you the total information of what that area is meant for. If it's for residential, land, and commercial, it means commercial. Industrial, it means for industrial. Oh, government setback, 50 meters. This area is to build, this there's what we call it government acquired area, acquisition. And there are several classes of that. Committed, you have to be committed. And government, we are coming up to build an international airport here. So all this will guide you when you have the information, the land information. Then get a lawyer to also do due diligence. Due diligence through the nature of lands. If you have a C of O, the lawyer will get to the land and do proper due diligence. Then the third one is for you also, the buyer. Go to the area and ask from the locals, please, I would like to get something around here. I need your advice. You see, there are several means of getting all this. But don't just hold your hand and say, okay.
So it's missing information. Get all the needed details.
Get the needed information. Then number 2 is you buy from the expert.
Okay.
So you look for a credible organization to buy from. Like that View Investment Limited, we have, in the last 13 years, we've got 25 estates, over 25,000 clients. We've been able to manage. There have been challenges, but we have tried to make sure that we manage everybody. Delivery, very important. So before investing in any estate, we do what's called comprehensive due diligence. Okay. There's this word we used to say that investigate before you invest. So don't rush to invest.
We're out of time, but I just have to go let you go. What's the next project for
Handview, we are always coming up with. Just launched a Turkey project in Bosan. Just came back, and the next is Bluestone 2.0. We have a beautiful project in Mowe town called Bluestone Treasure Estate. We built about 300 units in that estate, and we are coming up with the phase 2 called Bluestone 2.2. That's coming up. The very first project.
Also Mowe.
Mowe, yes. Bluestone 2.2 is our next project. You are interested, this is the best time to buy.
I have to contact you and just don't want to buy the product.
Okay.
The project, the housing project.
Okay, the projects, you can always check us on our website, www.agriinvestment.com, or visit our office. We have our office, Agri Investment House, 314 Ikorodu Road, Anthony Bus Stop.
But you can't miss that building. Once we're going to, you see that building.
Call us on 080-2451-2115, 080-2451-2115, or 0060-63-9740, 60-63-9740. The most important thing is that investigate before you invest.
All right. Also remember that development, Lagos is fast growing. When you are having plans for Fort Mainland Bridge, new airport, and the rest, definitely. So if you invest in Mowe, know that in the next 10 years, Mowe will become a city.
Absolutely.
And you won't regret at all. You'll be very happy that, oh, that's that I invested here in this part of town. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Talking real estate financing with Segun Oshundai, the CEO of Akview Real Estate Firm. Of course, we hopefully will be having you, in some of these days. So keep an eye. You will see him very frequently. All right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's take a short break. Now, once we return, we'll be looking at the papers and the headlines.